about to embark on my most ambitious air rifle project yet. I'm going to modify this 1377 American Classic into a super drifter. I'm hoping it'll have more velocity than this drifter, which in a previous video I've already shown is pretty good. I was going to start with my 1322 as the original piece, but then I decided I'm going to keep the 1322 because I like shooting 22. The 1377 is the same body except a different breech and a different barrel. Let me tell you the centerpiece and why this I'm hoping will become the super drifter. This is designed for the 1322 or 1377. A customized flat top kit. Get a lot more pressure in there and get your velocity up quite a bit. The reason why it'll be called a super drifter in the end will be it's got a lot more power. But that's a ways out yet. The first thing I got to do, so we got the 14.5-inch Crosman barrel. Is the same size as the drifter. This is the original breech off my Crosman 362, the front sight for the drifter. We're going to need this to put the longer barrel on because the 1377 and the 1322 have it so that the end is not one that you can stick the entire barrel through. And then the last thing, pumping handle I got from a guy over in Germany that made a very high quality one. The pump handle I like best for Crosman is off the old 760. And take a gander here. It's about the same size. This video I'm going to put this together and then we're going to run through the chronograph to get us a baseline. First thing I need to do, there. Next step will be to remove the brake. Take this out, this little screw right here. Plus you have the transfer valve underneath here. You got the little screw. This is just a regular head screw here. Take them both off. You see the transfer valve fell out right there. It comes out pretty quick. When I put this back in, when that falls out unexpectedly like that, you can kind of see there the tall end goes up. Your lever has to be lined up. So you have to line this up. You have to line that up with the holes. And you also have to line this up with the holes. Okay, got that in. That was a pain, I must admit. Eventually was take the handle off and you get a little more solid way to hammer here. So we got the new adapter on. What we do now is we'll put the barrel through. I'm sure it'll go through. Yeah, it fits fine. Transfer ports lined up. Okay, I got the breech on. The little screws in. The hardest part is get the transfer port lined up. Put the rear sight on from the original drifter kit. So I'm borrowing from several kits here. Alright, we got some sort of fire. We're in business. Alright, I'm going to put the sight from the drifter on, and we'll try a couple shots here at night. There's my setup from where I'm shooting. This is 12 yards out. There's the target. 2 propane cans, and I don't think I'm going to get much more in that because it is late at night. I don't want to make too much noise. First shot is going to be with the Crosman hollow point. Getting much acceleration. I took a couple practice shots Made a couple adjustments. I probably didn't get it tight enough or something, but I don't know. It's wiggling them, but it did knock them over. So that's one. Let's try the Excite hammer, see if that makes any difference. Now see, that one had knocked it over. So there you have it. The late night rendition is done. So we'll run her through some tests. I did some speed tests today, and the foot per second were in the 360 range. That's too slow. I'm not sure if the 1377 will convert over easily. It seems like the transfer port would not fit correctly, and I was losing air pressure there. And I already punched out the metal dowel. So I will just take this off and just swap them out. And I'm going to go ahead and put the 14-inch barrel on here. So there's no sense in refilling. The procedure reaches off of both. This is interesting. There's a slight difference between these two. The one here is from the 1377 and this is from the 1322. You see the 1322 is a little thicker. So I don't know if that's going to make the difference or not, but I'm going to go ahead and put the 1322 transfer port back in. The transfer port will go right here. That's looking down into the cylinder. It was the transfer port, I'm pretty sure. It was actually pretty easy. After I made the mistakes the first time around, I did this in probably 35 minutes. So I got it to work on. I don't even have the walnut on yet, but here we'll do a function test. That's just 3 pumps. That sounds like what my drifter sounded like. It is now midnight, so I'll have to be kind of careful here. The 1322 is now a 2289, I think is the right nomenclature. But basically it's a 1322 with the 14-inch barrel and nice German walnut stock there. That is really nice looking and feeling. So I'm going to run it for the old night fire shoot. To save time, it'll be the same setup as last night. Same deal. I'm going to fire one Crosman hollow point or one H&N hammer Excite. Alright, here we go. First shot. I'm going to go ahead and do this so I can get a little... Oop, there goes one. It knocked it right off in case you didn't hear it. So I'll try the Excite hammer. Excite hammer. Yeah, that sounded good. Alright. Yep. That hit her good and square and winter. Not only knocked it down, but knocked it back. So, yep, we're going to do some speed tests tomorrow, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little better. Just as I expected, it's doing pretty good so far. Started off with the Crosman hollow point. To hit two birds with one stone, I'm going to video this can here while I shoot a couple rounds during the speed test on the Excite hammer. 515, 516, 517, 516. Last shot of the Excite hammer. 505. There's the numbers for the Super Drifter Phase 1. And this will be the baseline that I used to measure how successful the Super Drifter project was. The Crosman hollow point ended up with an average speed of 523.8 feet per second and a kinetic energy of 8.71. I can directly compare that with the actual drifter kit that Crosman has, and it's pretty much the same. And then I didn't shoot the regular drifter with the H&N Excite hammer, but I plan on using the Super Drifter as that, and its average speed was 516 with 8.67 foot-pounds. They're both in the mid to high 8 foot-pounds. And again, that's pretty much the same as the foot-poundage of all the Crosman pellets with the regular drifter kit. Interestingly, compare this modification is actually of this Crosman 1322 minus the barrel and the new handle. The barrel made a big difference. And let's go with the Crosman hollow point. Its average speed was 480 feet per second and 7.3 foot-pounds. So by putting that barrel on, you had an increase of, what is that? That's almost 40 feet per second. So almost a pound and a half on the same pellet. We're off to a good start here on the Super Drifter project. Plus, it's got that nice handle. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press the like button and subscribe.